What is drug addiction? According to WebMD, drug addiction is a chronic disease in the brain that causes uncontrollable drug seeking and use. And regardless what the harmful consequences come to the drug addict and those around them. The addict often relapses if not given the proper treatment. And I understand that in most cases, the initial decision to take the drugs is voluntary. But over a period of time, the drug use becomes repeated due to the changes in the brain. And that makes it hard for an addict's self-control and their ability to make rational decisions, which tends to have an increase in criminal behavior. So today, I'm going to persuade you that rehabilitation is important and it should be the first option for addicts instead of jail because of the costs, prison overpopulation, and relapse. According to Zarkin, there has been a rise in criminal justice costs due to the demanding need for more detention cells because of the increase of overcrowding of the jails and prisons. In response to those cost pressures, the decision/policymakers came up with some alternatives to prison for drug offenders. Government agencies in different states have suggested that treatment is far less expensive than incarceration for dealing with substance abuse offenders. McVeigh had suggested in states like Maryland, the cost of incarceration is $20,000 compared to treatment, which only costs a total of $4,000. He also stated that in cost-benefit studies, when measuring how money spent on treatment alternatives compares to money spent on prisons in terms of crime rates and societal assistances, it was shown that treatment reduces societal costs of substance abuse more effectively than incarceration did. Taifa, a senior policy analyst, had stated that according to a report written from the Urban Institute, estimates that reducing the number of people entering prison for drug offenses by 20% would save nearly $1.3 billion over the next 10 years. And reducing drug sentences by 20% would save $1.1 billion during that same time frame. It is important to understand that not only will this help the prison overpopulation, but it will also save billions of dollars each year. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, treating those drug abuse offenders is very beneficial because it has positive outcomes when speaking on public health and safety. The effective treatment has shown to improve the person and decrease future drug use, and even the criminal behavior that is drug-related. The effects of treatment versus jail are positive for many cases. Those cases, according to Justice Research and Statistics Association, 57% of people receiving drug rehab were rearrested within a year period compared to 75% rate for those who didn't receive rehab. 42% of people receiving rehab were convicted of a crime compared to 65% of people who didn't receive rehab. And finally, 30% of people who went to rehab received a new jail sentence within a year compared to 51% who didn't go to rehab. This is an ongoing problem that many addicts are struggling with every day. They need to at least have the opportunity available for them instead of overcrowding the prisons with little to no help coming out. As I'm pursuing a degree in psychology, I'm also studying to be a substance abuse counselor. And my goal is to help those overcome their addiction because it not only hurts the ones around them, but it also hurts themselves as well. It is important for family members to understand the relationship with the user is critical, because without that support, it would just lead to violence and separation of the family. It can also lead to unemployment, emotional and behavior difficulties in themselves and in their children. If the government could fund more programs for these addicts, I guarantee there will be a strong decrease of users in prisons, the costs, and even the chances of relapse. Thank you.